So with the release of Ted 2 today, I figured I should probably go back and review Ted so that you guys understand my feelings towards the original movie. So without further ado, let's talk about So Ted is directed by Seth MacFarlane, the creator of shows like Family Guy and American Dad, and it stars Mark Wahlberg, Mila Kunis, and Seth MacFarlane as Ted the teddy bear. And it tells the story about how Mark Wahlberg's character, John, as a child, wished that his teddy bear would come to life, and it did. And though John and Ted are still best friends 27 years later, Ted is holding John back from moving on with his life with his girlfriend, Laurie, who is played by Mila Kunis, and John is left with the decision to kick Ted out or not. Now I actually like Ted. I think Ted's a pretty funny movie. I think the idea behind it is pretty original and it works really well with the movie. And overall, the movie just comes together to be pretty good. Now there's a lot of really good things about this movie. One of them being the chemistry between Mark Wahlberg and Seth MacFarlane as Ted. It's one of the most believable on-screen friendships I've seen in a while, and the dialogue between them is always great. It's always funny, there's always heartfelt moments, there's a lot of awesome things from their friendship that you can see, and it all works between Mark Wahlberg and Seth MacFarlane. And when you have one of the characters being an animated bear, you know you've done something really good when you have a lot of good chemistry between them. Now this movie is also really, really funny. I laughed a lot during this movie. It wasn't one that I just got a few chuckles out of. There were a lot of big laughs throughout this movie. And partially that is because it's very, very inappropriate. There are constant drug jokes about, there's constant sex jokes and fart jokes, and you know, it's just for those types of people. If you're going to a movie to find like witty humor and everything, you probably aren't going to be a huge fan of this movie, but if you're like me and you like this kind of jokes, you'll like this movie a lot. Another really good thing about this movie was that there was actually a lot of heartfelt moments throughout between different characters. It wasn't just between Mark Wahlberg's character John and Seth MacFarlane's character Ted. There was also things between Mila Kunis and Mark Wahlberg. They were like really spot on. They were really good in this movie as well. Going into this movie, I just thought it was kind of going to be like a stoner comedy, and it actually turned out to be a little bit more than what I expected it to be. So I was pleasantly surprised by it. Now there's a lot of scenes in this movie that are really good, but there are also some scenes that are a bit iffy. There are some scenes that try to be funny and they're not like super funny. It's really a hit and miss scenario, so most of them work really well, but there are some that I was at points I was like, this is more awkward than funny. And through its predictableness though, you have these great dialogue scenes between Mark Wahlberg and Seth MacFarlane. Seth MacFarlane did a really good job as his first motion picture debut. He wrote it really well, he directed it very well. There was a lot of great stuff about this movie, but there was also some things that just didn't strike well with me. In the end, I will say that Ted is a really original movie. I haven't seen anything like this before. So I will give Ted a 3.5 stars. So guys, what did you think about Ted? Did you like Seth MacFarlane's character of Ted? Did you like the chemistry between them? What did you think of the story? What did you think of the characters throughout the movie? Whatever you thought, comment below and let me know. Hopefully I will have my review of Ted 2 up here either later today or tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that as well. As always guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time.